is Lauren Kelleher. Please welcome her. So I hate the saying, I don't have a dog in that fight, meaning you don't have a stake in an outcome, because one day, 3 of the 4 dogs in an actual fight were mine. I'm outside in my suburban backyard on a lovely summer day with my 3 medium-sized mixed breed females and a foster for a rescue. He's a young red male Doberman named Trace. Dogs are in the grass, sniffing around, doing their thing, and I'm on the phone with my mom. I say, Mom, let me let you go. Dogs are being weird, as I sense some dominant posturing between Trace and one of my girls, Mayo. And I drop the phone without hanging up, just as Trace puts Mayo's head in his jaws. Now, I literally wrote the rescue's volunteer handbook, and one section clearly outlines steps of what to do in this very situation. 1, stay calm. 2, do not grab collars, grab hind legs instead to keep a safe distance. 3, keep your hands away from mouths and teeth. No dice. I screamed frantically as I ran toward the fighting dogs, grabbed Trace by the collar, and punched him in the meaty part of his jaw. Thankfully, Trace let go of Mayo, but I did not let go of him so he could finish the job he started. That's when my 3 girls attacked him like wild piranhas. Now he joined in on the screaming. Most people would be way more worried about what that big bad Doberman would do to them or their dogs. But after watching in horror as my 3 girls gang up on him and not back off, I'm more worried about what they will do to him to protect me. No one is letting up. So I'm getting scared and losing strength from holding 250 cumulative pounds of dog apart. It's when I feel a warm wetness on my legs. Is it blood? Did someone sever an artery? No. Every neuron in my brain was so focused on sending strength to my arms and legs that there was nothing left to hold my bladder. Even worse, my now wet khakis, which were a size too big, fall below my knees. So now I have the added challenge of getting out of this with my pants around my ankles. With one final surge of rage and adrenaline, I scream for my dogs to back off, which they miraculously do for a few seconds. I scoop Trace up off the ground, make little shuffle steps toward the house. Once safe inside the kitchen, I throw Trace in his crate, pull up my pants, go back outside to figure out whose blood is whose. My 3 girls are on the patio, looking quite pleased with themselves for protecting us. Mayo's tail is wagging, but her head is covered in blood from puncture wounds. She will need to go to the vet for antibiotics. The other 2 just have some blood spatters on them, so they'll just need baths. Meanwhile, a passing cyclist must have heard the commotion from the street and called 911. But she knew better than to run toward a dogfight, so she stayed safely back. So the squad car pulls up in front of my house. The cop runs up my driveway with his gun drawn. The trauma from the fight had not yet set in, so what's a little more? And I step in between the gun and my dogs, raise my bloody hands, emphatically insisting, no, it's okay. Despite seeing the blood on me and my dogs, the cop slowly puts his gun away. He asks if I'm okay, if I need medical attention. I check myself over and there's no marks on me. Because I'm not injured, he just jots down some notes to document our visit and leaves, saying, "Good luck getting that dog adopted." I go back in the grass to find the phone to call my husband. When I hold it up to my ear, all I hear is my mom sobbing. She's still on the other line. Every time she tried to hang up her old school landline receiver into the wall cradle, all she heard was me frantically screaming and dogs viciously fighting instead of a dial tone to call 911. I promise everything is now under control and we officially hang up. I catch my breath, I go back inside to check on Trace. The bottom of his crate is smeared with so much blood. I was right about being more worried about what my girls would do to him. He has serious wounds on his chest, side, and rear end. So I take him straight to the rescues vet and he gets antibiotics, lots of stitches, and a drain. But over the next few weeks, Trace's wounds heal up and I am able to get that dog adopted. Trace's new dad understands. He's not a good candidate for a dog park. Plenty of people only want one dog, so this incident is not a deal breaker, nor do I think it's totally Trace's fault. Trace went on to live a wonderful life without any issues. Now I know this would have been the end for most foster homes, but we recovered and have gone on to foster hundreds more dogs. Sure, there have been some minor scuffles along the way, so I guess you could say I had dogs in those fights, but none as serious as this, thanks to actually following the tips to stay calm and keep safe. Thank you.